It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word.
We on a mission and that's bringing y'all the truth. You know the problem, but we get into the root. The devil watching, yeah, he always on pursuit. But Jesus is our rock, so we shall not be moved. We on a winning team, so we can't lose. We say facts, cause we hitting y'all with proof. Started from the bottom, now we standing on the roof. As God as our witness, we gon' make it to the moon. When you want the truth, the world be hiding it. This the real word, we providing it. We got Ace, BK, Truth, Rick Star, and we plan to make a movie like it's Pixar. We came a long way from the plantation. We just tryna save your souls from damnation. So if you down with the message, tune in every week. It will lead you to the message that you seek.
It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to The Real Word Season 7, Episode 11. I'm your host, Rickard, Jean-Noel. Shout out to everybody that watches us on Facebook. Shout out to everybody that watches us on YouTube. That's www.youtube.com/The Real Word TV. That's The Real Word TV, one word on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that also follows us on Instagram at The Real Word Ministries Inc. on Instagram at The Real Word Ministries Inc. on Instagram. Also check us out on podcasts. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud and Pandora at The Real Word Podcast. And check us out every Tuesday and Thursday on the BRIC Network at 12 noon, 1 a.m. and 4 p.m. I'm here with my co-host. Introduce yourself.
You already know it's the one and only AI in the building. I'm your Instagram, AceHerb11. If you ain't know 11, but you already know it ain't me.
Alright, and we got a reoccurring face. Introduce yourself.
You already know. It's Edgar, Mr. White Light. On Instagram, Mr._White Light. I'm back for more.
Alright. You see, we had a special location. We had a special location because we're here and we in a very special young man store who did very big things. So introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah, what's up? How you guys doing? Malik Dupree. You can find me on all social media, Malik Dupree. Yeah, we here, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here.
Alright. Tell the people where your store is located and how'd you get the idea to start this brand?
Yeah, so we're located in Roosevelt Field Mall. That's Long Island, New York. It's the biggest mall in New York. I think it's top 10 biggest mall in the whole country. So we're doing big things right now. And we just opened up, in June? So it's been about, 4 months now, going on 4 months, about to be 4 months. And yeah, we actually started right out there with a little kiosk and we leveled up, one step at a time, and now we here got the whole storefront and doing big things, but one step at a time.
So how did you come up with this business plan, like this business idea?
Yeah, so the brand Malik Dupree is essentially like luxury everyday wear. We have a focus on eyewear. And I actually own 3 other businesses, but this business is a little bit special. All of the businesses that I start is based off of things that I like myself. So I was wearing sunglasses all the time.
You wearing Dupree's right now.
Yeah, they got the drip.
Check out the drip.
I don't got none on, but you got everything else. We got the clothing, we got the sauce, everything you need. But like I said, so I would wear sunglasses myself, and I was a sunglass enthusiast, and I was like, I might as well make my own sunglasses. And it's funny, so yeah. Now it's like I'm in a lane where, not to take it away from anybody, but everybody's starting a clothing line nowadays, but nobody really has, eyewear and their own sunglass brand. So that kind of separates everything that we're doing from, the norm. And now the competition is like Cartier and, Prada and those types of companies. So
You got an LLC, but you got limited.
yeah, exactly. I love that. So yeah,
You gotta branch out. You can't just stick to one typical thing.
exactly. So even though we specialize in eyewear, we got a lot of sauce. If you look around, there's a lot more than just
You got
that.
shades, you got the hats, you got the sweats.
Yo, there's some fire. I tell you, Caribbean shirts right here. Just open up.
Yeah.
Some silk looking.
What? Yeah,
with
you
the
wear that with
branches
the
and the
three
flowers.
buttons down and
Three button down with the gold chain popping.
no
in the
white beat
Caribbean.
underneath, no marina underneath.
Chest hair.
Word.
Yo, it's beautiful, beautiful clothing, brother. God bless you,
Thank
bro.
you,
This is a
appreciate it.
beautiful place, man. I think we're lucky to be here, man.
Yeah. I seen something that you shared on Instagram. It was from Twitter, how you're the youngest store owner in the whole mall.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
you know, it's been, like I'm saying, it's one day at a time.
How old are you
and then
exactly?
I'm 26.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, 2 years old.
Yeah.
Busting up, man.
Yeah, we
Big things to do.
you know, I've been doing this like clothing business for like 4 years, but everything was out the crib at first. You know, like even
We all
out,
stuff.
yeah, exactly. You know, I started clothing in college. I had another brand called Savage Ruthless. And I had a business partner for that. And once I got here and like back in the city after college and everything, I was doing that, working full time as a physical therapist. I actually went to school for physical therapy, got my doctorate in that. And I
Dr.
do-
Guapo.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't even use that at all anymore, you know. So now,
Why not?
I mean,
That's the other version.
yeah, that's a fallback plan now. You know, if this don't work out, I could always go back and be a doctor or whatever. But
You really got no limit, brother.
But the thing is, you're saying I could be both. One thing about like even working in that field that I realized is no matter how good your job is, it's a job. You're working for somebody else, you know.
That's true.
And even though I'm not a doctor anymore, I'm an entrepreneur now. And now my you know, the salary I can make is limitless. You know, even let's say you're a surgeon, you can make a surgeon salary 100,000-300,000 a year.
You fall within a bracket.
Right, exactly. You could be a business owner that sells eyelashes, and you can make 200 million a year if you do it the right way. So there's no limit on being an entrepreneur. So that's
Sometimes you got a good game plan.
yeah, exactly. Get the plan, execute it, and it kind of don't matter what position you in as long as you stick to your plan.
Always make sure you got backup though.
Right. You know, you got to have that backup. And one of the biggest things about our brand, our motto is believe in your vision. You know, so that's
You don't believe in something, ain't nobody.
right. Exactly.
One thing I've seen like since back in the days, when you used to mail out the sunglasses and the shades and the gold envelope, you used to mail them on. I remember, I think Rick Ross, he had shared it, or he had a pair of shades.
Yeah, he got a couple pairs, and
Ooh.
yeah.
You got everything out.
Yo.
And then
That's
from there, like, I seen you progress. And you know how some people might have fear, like, you know, the fear of failure, the fear that they might not make it. What helped you to be so fearless? Because open up a store, even starting a business, it's a big leap.
Yeah. And especially the fact that, you know,
You young.
you young and you already have your doctor's degree, so you know how most parents will feel that way, because they be like, what is wrong with you, son? Like, you have a whole doctor.
What did
Well,
you
well,
follow? What did you chase?
Well, look, even you just mentioning my parents right there. I give a lot of thanks and to my parents because they were supportive along the way. You know, in doing all of this stuff, it was never that, oh, what are you doing? You know, they understood, like, I have a brain in my head and I have a plan, and whatever my plan is, I'm gonna go 100% and make it make sense. I'm not just, oh, I'm quitting my job to go do this and I don't know if it's gonna work out. Even in starting this, it wasn't even I hope it worked. I knew it was gonna work, you know, and it's a matter of one, having that plan like you say, but two, believing in yourself, you know, and really shooting for the stars. So one of the biggest things is, like, with my company, I try to do my business operations like treat yourself. One thing I teach is don't treat your small business like a small business, you know. I don't treat this as like a small bit. This don't look like a normal, you know, clothing line, you know. And that's the thing that a lot of business owners and people in the world limit themselves because they don't shoot for the stars, you know. So if I want to be the next Louis Vuitton or Christian Dior and I don't get there and I fall short, you know, I might be Michael Kors. You know, nothing about Michael Kors. They're a great company, but it's different levels. You know, and
people be satisfied to the price.
exactly, yeah. So even like business owners, like say you want to make $1 million in a year, even if that is your goal, set your goal for like 5 million. You know, and then you fall short, you get $1 million, you'll be all right. You know, but if you like, damn, I want to make $1 million, but really, you know, my goal is like, let's just say 100,000, I'll be happy. You
make
might
year one like your pregame, you know, like your fill out year, and then the next year you do it more.
And shout out Pop Smoke, shoot for the stars, aim for the moon, you know?
Facts.
Flossing.
Shout out to the floors, man. So yeah, man, we see that you're also good at networking, and it looks like the black community is supporting. Like I see a lot of people come from near and far to come and support your store. So how has that felt, getting that support from the community? Because a lot of people are like, oh, we don't support one another, but it looks like they've been supporting you.
Nah, for sure. I definitely have been getting a lot of support from the community. And it's funny you say it, because the more that I do this, the more that people feel the need to like, I gotta play a part of everything that's going on right now. You know, it hasn't happened overnight. This has been, you know, years in the making. So I've been doing this for some time, and I still have friends that, it's funny, like some of my friends still haven't supported to this day. But one of the main things as a business owner, you can't worry about that. You know, you gotta focus on the people that are supporting you, the people that are pushing you to be, you know, greater, and that's gotta be like your priorities and your focus.
I think everybody that's gonna come, we all feel like we're
One thing that's funny though, because you know those people that don't support, when they come around, you know the price might be up and they gotta get taxed a little bit. Because I tell you at first, like some of my glasses now for the average, they're like $120, which isn't bad. But when I first started out the crib, like there was like $40, you know. So and people seen the difference, and they can't complain about it because it was here. I'm trying to tell you, because it's $120 right now. Look, it's $120.
It's not today's
what?
price.
I tell you, because if you watching this podcast, get it right now. Because if you wait, it's not the same price no more. You feel me?
Facts.
You know, gotta get to the modern day time.
Yeah, and I also see you linking up with the hip hop community, like the whole culture. Like, how did that happen? Like Malik Dupree and the hip hop culture.
Word. So there's a lot of different pieces that play into the puzzle, but the interesting thing, this really started from me like going on a trip to Cali.
Yeah. Right.
So I went out to Cali. There was so I worked with like Diddy and his family a lot, like Christian Combs, and we were doing a party with him. Like he has this company called Wave Juice, so it's like an exotic soda, exotic pop. You know, so we was doing like a multi-company collab party, and in this party, if you guys know Ether the Connect from Brooklyn, I met him at the event, and I showed him the glasses, and he's like, no, these are viral. We need pull up to New York. When we back in New York, bringing you to Favi, coming to the crib, everybody, we need the whole town's wearing the glasses. So shout out to Ether for real, because he's one person I always like, show love to, that he really been supporting before anything has been happening. And then once, it's kind of like a snowball effect. One person wearing it, then the next person wearing it. So now I'm at a point now where I can meet anybody and just show them like what's going on with the brand, and all of these people are rocking with it. Like they feel like, okay, all of these, I know all of them. I gotta rock with you.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's a lot of love. And even like, I see that people showing love and everybody's showing love, everybody's sharing it. And social media has been a big tool in helping us. When I say us, like people of the culture, black people, a lot of black people opened up businesses last year, the year before, a lot of black people was becoming entrepreneurs again, and they always refer back to Black Wall Street, and I feel like we could do it again, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it's definitely there. Right. We could do whatever we want, we just gotta. Exactly.
One thing that I do see that you do is you pay attention to detail, even with the bags, like the bags, the wrapping, the boxes, the glasses cases, even the napkins to wipe the glasses.
Yeah, we're not playing, man. I'm telling you, don't treat your small business like the small business. So, and you saying that, whoever is the top of the line companies, like let's say Louis Vuitton glasses is hitting, or Cartier or Fendi or whatever those companies are doing, like that is like the standard. So as somebody who owns a small business, you should be trying to reach that level. So those are the type of things that you should be doing. So you got to do those things or you're not going to get there, you know? Follow the blueprint. You don't got to reinvent the wheel. I wasn't the first person to come up with, you know, luxury packaging, but that's what people want, and that's what gives them value to the product as well.
So who or what you feel like was one of your inspirations for doing all this?
Definitely I would say Diddy, you know, Damon John with Fubu and everything like that. I'm actually supposed to meet him in Wednesday.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, you never know. There might be a different level. But yeah, definitely, and 50 Cent, you know, 50 Cent. A lot of, you know, even though I'm in the mall and doing all of this stuff, it's still a hustle, you know, so you got to have that hustler mentality, and really it's a everyday thing. So embracing the grind, you know, because the grind don't stop. I played football in college. You know, so you in that football mindset, and that's the mindset you got to have. Like, you got to be athletic and competitive, like, and once you turn that into like a business mindset, nobody can stop you.
Facts. And you say 50, like a lot of people see 50 as like a bully because it's basically like he's like, get down and lay down. Do you feel like that's your motivation for right now? Because you said you started off at home, then you moved to the kiosk, now you at the stores, and I know that there's other black businesses still on their way up. Because even the other day on our way out, we ran into other black business owners. Like, so they're looking up to you now because they're like, damn, I want to be like him because he was where I am now, but then he's at the level he's at now. So how far do you want to take this?
Well, I want to get to a level where, like, even with this, I'm not even anywhere close to content, you know? Like, this is just the start. Beginning. You know, really, with me opening the store, even everything before that, I don't even consider what I did before that as starting. Like, my opening day here at the store was day one of my business. That's how I view it. So my end goal is to have, you know, multiple stores, being like Nordstrom, Macy's, all of these type of stores where national, I want everybody. If you got a pair of glasses, it need to be Malik Dupree. You can have some other ones, but you know, you at least need one pair, you know. If you got some drip, if you're a drippy person, you need something from us, you know. And when you're saying a 50 mindset, like to get down or lay down, me in terms of business, I'm not like bullyish. I think everybody comes around when they come around, and if they don't, that's their loss, you know. So it's not, you know, when I say 50, it's take a little bit of 50's game. You know, take a little bit of Diddy's game, take a little bit of Damon John, and you take it all and you put your own sauce on it, make it your own, and you know.
Proceed, brother.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think he was trying to say that this door was just him putting his foot on the door to the universe, bro, and it's limitless, and this is just the beginning, because that's how I feel. Like, from here, bro, you're established, you're set up, you got a momentum going, brother, and you're riding your wave, you're following the flow, bro, and it's taking you to your vision.
Right.
God bless you.
Yes.
What about you, Ace? Because Ace just started a clothing line recently.
Okay. I just started a clothing line recently, so you know, I see your point of view. Like, you gotta keep going. Like, you gotta believe in yourself, no matter what happens, because you know it's always gonna be bumps in the roads. But, you know, like, if you just keep believing in yourself, and you know, all them haters, they gonna become some spiders. You know, then, but you know, usually those people, they don't come until when it's popular.
When it's lit,
like, and by the time that comes, it's like lit. It's like.
And it's funny. One little quote I see around in social media is like, they don't support you until you lit, so get lit.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what it is too. Like, get lit. You know, do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
like,
wanna be around
everybody wanna wear your sauce once you lit. You know.
Yeah. Because now you're popular, you know, everybody, you're a public figure, everybody know who you are.
But shout out to the real ones that's there before it all, you know? And you're always going to have those, and those are the most important people, and those are the people that you have to cater to, and never forget, you know, the ones that, right.
So how do you feel now? Because like me and Ace and everybody around me, we always talk about that, because you know, when you are a public figure, like he mentioned, you more recognizable, and more people start to know you than you know them. So how has that felt for you?
For me, it's kind of always been a little bit like that, because even when I was in college, like I was like the captain of the football team and you know, things like that. Yeah. So even I would be walking around campus and people would be like, oh, that good game, and I wouldn't know who they were, but I always show love as if, you know, you're my best friend and you're my brother, you know, because even if they going out their way to support you, that means they either care about you or they noticing something. So I always reciprocate the love, even if it's fake love, because it's not taking anything off my back. You know, there's people that come in here all the time. They might never have met me, but they act like, you know, they grew up with me, you know, and I'm gonna show them love, and that's just the person I am, you know, and that's how I'm gonna continue to be. I don't think I'm gonna change for anything, even if, you know, I become somebody that is some bigger than life person. I'm always gotta be the same one.
Humble at heart.
All right.
What made you accept to connect with us? Because I know that I hit you about the boo.
Yeah.
So like, what made you?
Slid in his DM?
Yeah, bro. Anybody that want to work, be here, you know? And just like I'm saying, I show love to everybody. It does not matter to me, because you never know what opportunities could present from it.
Yeah,
you know?
That's a good mindset to have, because the more of us that come together and work together, like the more we're able to connect.
Exactly.
Like, for the example, like I have a friend from college. I recently reconnected with him, and from reconnected with him, I met him right here. White light. And he said, I'm enjoying the show. And it's like everybody just keeps connecting, and then we're almost weaving a web where everyone is connected, but then that's more resources and networking and networks that we're creating, uniting people together. So I think that's a dope thing.
And that's the biggest part. Like, really, your network is your net worth. Yeah. You know, some people try to be like, you know,
you gotta be cautious with your network.
Right. You gotta look at it with the big picture, but also like be aware of what's going on. Like you're saying, be cautious, but you know, don't block your blessings by trying to be, you know, too egotistical and things like that.
Mm-hmm. That's fact.
Yeah.
So what has been your biggest lesson in all of this, from where you were at to going through college, playing football, being a doctor, physical therapy, and then starting your own business and continuing going? Like, where do you see yourself next?
Well, right now the focus is, you know, turning this up to the point where I open another store. Eventually, I want to open a store in like Manhattan or LA.
Second one in here?
Second one in here? Nah. This is good. This is good. You know, if anything, I would get another store. If it was close, I would say maybe like Queen Center Mall or Green Acres, but I'm not even trying to do that. I'm trying to do like Manhattan.
Soho.
Yeah, Soho. Like a Kid Supreme, you know, but really like LA, like Melrose, because that's where it's lit at. You know, you got a store in LA, Melrose, like it's over.
And that's money though.
Yeah, but you know, it's smart investments. You know, really anything that you do, you should have that plan, like we talked about before, and it shouldn't even be like a risk. Like if I go and open a store in Melrose, it's not, oh, I'm gonna see if this work out, and
now you all in. Now you
gotta be all in.
You are compromised. Now it's push forward time.
Right.
Now you're gonna make it happen. You're gonna find the ways to succeed, brother.
One of the things, mindset wise, when I was playing football, one of our team mottos one year, it was called "Burn the Ships," right? So there was this back when like the Spanish conquistadors and stuff, they was coming over. I think it was Hernan Cortez is one of the people. They came, and then there was like a whole army of Indians waiting for them, like, y'all not coming over here. And they came with like 50 people, and then people wanted to leave. And then he burned the ships, like all of their ships, so they could not return home. So the mindset is basically like, you go all in, and you're gonna like take over everything, or it's over and you're gonna die. So that's my mindset behind it. I actually got a burning ship tattooed on my chest right here.
Wow.
You know, so that's my mindset. Like, I'm going all in, or I'm failing, you know.
Going down with the ship?
Yeah, I'm going down. The ship is burned. I can't even go back to the ship, you know. So I'm going straight, or that's it. We're not turning around. We're not stopping. We're not
no deviation.
meandering. Nah, we going straight and we going to the goal, whatever it is.
Perseverance.
Right.
The ability to overcome adversity.
Yeah.
Where'd you get your business mindset from?
I would say football. You know, football for sure. And even just like I was talking about that grind. You know,
The
like
hustle.
exactly. Like football, you always want to be the best. You know, you got to be the best on the field, and you got to put the work in. The same thing with this. Like it's a store, but there's a lot of work that got to be put in.
Facts.
And,
a lot of work.
Yeah, and
waking up early, doing the exercises, practicing the routes, all of that. My little cousin, it's I believe number 1 in all of South Florida right now. Shout out to Enyo Japur.
Okay.
He does. He's a freshman, and brother, he's killing it.
Right.
He's like 6 and change, 200 pounds, and he's a QB.
Right.
Nothing of the type before. He's too big to be a QB, but he's making it.
And I don't know much about him, but I know he working.
Brother,
I know he working.
every day.
Right.
He's got no days off.
Right.
And my cousin, which is his father, records him and puts him up, and I'm like, oh man, he's dedicated.
It's
He's
like that.
all in.
That's like that Kobe mindset. Like
He's all in.
Kobe wasn't the greatest athlete in high school or whatever, but you put the work in
He's
and
the
become
work
one of the
ethic.
greatest players
It's
of
the
all
work
time.
ethic.
You
We're
know?
not born knowing, brother.
Right.
We practice until we make it. Some people fake it, but I'd rather, create it.
Even this right here, what y'all doing? This is not overnight. I heard y'all season 7, episode 11. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not season 1, episode 3. Don't let them fool you, boy. Word. They've been working for years. And they've been putting in that time and that effort, and this is where we at now.
Facts. Yeah, because even back then, and I always tell this story, how we got started. Like in 2015, I had a pastor. He was like, yo, I see leadership qualities in you and I need you to deliver a sermon. And it was funny. I was like, me of all people, you want me to deliver a sermon? Because I don't fit in the box of what people expect a person that does that to look like. But I feel like I always gotta be true to myself, and the people that I'm ministering, they're not in a church. They're everywhere else. They're at places that actually need it. You feel me? So I did the first sermon. It was called The Reincarnation of Rickard, Jean-Noel, because I felt like I was being reborn. And then I used the pictures from my mom's photo album as like a slideshow from when I came to America to when I graduated college. And then I did another sermon, and then by the third one it went viral. When it went viral, that's when I got the following on Facebook, and then it became a public figure page, and then I had this following, and then I was like, what can I do? So in 2016, I started a show in my basement on Facebook Live called The Real Word TV. Right. And then it was just like a couple of us in the basement, and people was like, what the hell they doing? And then we just kept building on that, and then people started watching, and then we started doing GoFundMe, and we started getting donations to help people in the community. So we started to give back. He was like, why don't y'all just start a charity? We filed for the 501c3 status from the IRS. We started that company, then we started another company, and then we just kept building, and then we ended up in all these places, and then we just kept building upon everything that we was doing. And I kept building personally. Obviously, you always got to build personally, and then the people around me, and it's a good way to network with people too, meet different people. We have probably 200 episodes by now, so this is how I met this guy, this is how I met you. And then social media, from Facebook we went to Instagram we went to YouTube, and then I just kept sharing parts of my life and myself, and people just gravitated towards it. And Ace, I met Ace in church.
Not out of rap video.
Yeah. I met him in church. I was like, yo, what you doing here? Looked at me, he was like, what you doing here?
It's like we all had that. I couldn't actually how this happened.
That's lit because it's genuine relationships.
And him, he's like the Dominican DJ Khaled. He's like, brother, he's so inspiring.
I see it already. I see it.
He's like, brother, I speak from the heart.
Oh man, they tell the true.
DJ Khaled, you know you got a twin bro.
Oh man. So I know you gotta go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to close out, like, what words of inspiration would you like to give to the people before you close out?
One main thing, like for real, if I could do it, anybody could do it, you know? And really, it comes down to what you want for yourself and what you want for your life. You know, I'm in a position where people think I'm rich and I'm doing all of this stuff. First off, I'm not rich. Second off, you know, I have a lot of goals to get to. So it's like, I still got a lot of work to do myself. So if y'all think this is lit, just wait till, you know, years down the road when all the work that I'm saying I gotta do is done, you know?
And pay it off.
Facts. And you can manifest anything. Whatever you want, you can manifest that. And believe in yourself, for real. Believe in your vision. That's really what I believe, and that's how I've got to this point. And I know that mindset is gonna get me to the next level.
Yeah.
Word.
It's a feeling.
Word.
It's
not I hope this happened.
Nah, like you feel it. You know where to go. You know what to steer towards.
Bro, the real thing about manifestation I think it's real. It might not be real, but what's real about it is you think, all right, I want this. And you thinking about this, your actions are gonna you're gonna behave in a way to accomplish that goal. You know, so it's like you putting it out there, just talking about things is gonna be like, damn, all right, I say I want this, but what I gotta do to make this happen?
Self-aware.
Right.
Now you're behind your thoughts, analyzing what you're thinking.
Right.
So now you're becoming aware of your own situation, and boom.
You can do whatever, bro. You can do whatever.
That just like in the new Big Meats BMF series where they like see it, touch it, buy it. So it's like, or obtain it. It's like you see it, you touch it, you obtain it. And that's kind of like marketing strategies that me and Ace be having. Like me and Ace, we have the most craziest ideas, but when we do it in real life, it just goes viral. People like, what?
It be working though.
Yeah, so it's great marketing. Same thing I said to you. Like you do a great job at marketing. Like I like the way that you market things. Like you know, you keep it funny, you keep it drippy.
Right.
Nah, the glasses are fire.
Yeah, man.
I gotta have me some Duprees in my collection. Yo, fire for real, bro. God bless your store, man.
Nah, I appreciate y'all pulling up, for real.
Of course, man. I had to pull up one time.
You got your shades.
So closing thoughts, man?
You know, my closing thought is, you know, everybody got dreams, but we all know that. Everybody want to do things at another level, but you know, the motto is simple, like, no work, no bag. So, you know, everybody got to put in work. You know, there's people that just, you know, I'm not going to try to be disrespectful, but, you know, they move more like, you know, those females, you know, that just want a man to just pay for everything. While they just, you know, just enjoy.
Leeches.
Yeah, basically leeches. You know, you gotta put in work, because if you don't put in work, it ain't gonna be.
You gotta ride.
And if you leash it on somebody else's day back, once they drop you ain't got nothing no more. So you know, you gotta put in your own work.
Word.
At the end of the day, because you won't be sitting around here being a leash, and you know, leashes just get tossed around all the damn time.
Fact.
And then once it's right, they be like, I don't want that.
They get picked off and thrown to the side.
That's it.
Yeah.
Facts. White light.
Closing thoughts, I think I just want to let the audience know that it's a pleasure to really be here and to speak to you and address you and be able to, you know, get into your thoughts, into your thought process, and listen to anybody that's out there. This man is his testimony. It's enough. BRIC's testimony, my own, that, you know, maybe you guys haven't heard his. We all say the same type of things, and we use different words because we're trying to describe a feeling. You know, it's not so much words or a set of rules that you gotta follow, but more like, how do you feel? What makes you feel the most alive? How can you steer your focus that way? And you begin to feel the way, feel the path. And if you can imagine it and you can dream it and you can feel it in your dreams and remember that feeling when you wake up, you're one day closer to it. we can really manifest, we can really create our realities, and we can really make this world a better one for everyone involved.
Deep. I mean, I just want to thank everybody that came out tonight, everybody that's watching this episode. Shout out to Malik, of course, and shout out to all the people that supported his store. Give them the address one more time if you don't mind.
Yeah, so we're in Roosevelt Field Mall. The address is 630 Old Country Road. And we right across from the Gap. You know, big corporations, we right there next to them like it's another store.
Storefront.
Yes, sir.
All right. So one time again, shout out to all the hustlers. Shout out to everybody out there that's doing their thing, that's putting in the grind, putting in that pain, applying that pressure. Not the people that just stand around that's not doing nothing, that's just complaining, but the people that's actually manifesting within this matrix and not letting it capture them, but they captivate it instead and they mold it into their making. So shout out to all the creators out there. Shout out to all my people that has risen up, you know, like all the men out here with me right now, and all the people that's watching. So we thank you for watching The Real Word. I don't know if you pray. We usually close out with a prayer. So you want to pray with us?
Let's go.
All right,
You
go
got
ahead.
anything for us, bro? We'll follow your lead.
All right, go ahead.
Heavenly Father, thank you for blessing this podcast today. Thank you for bringing us all together, networking, and being able to empower the community. I hope you continue to bless us all, continue to guide us, and keep us safe. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen, amen. So we thank you all for joining us. We thank you all for watching today. Good night and God bless. One.
Good night.
It's the real world. It's the